that is a major faith step because we still have no clue where we're going. What's up, faith family? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Marquita and I create faith-based content every week here on YouTube that hopefully inspires and encourages your faith in growing in the Lord and your faith in being obedient when God tells you to take faith steps, right? If you have not been watching, this is part 3 of our crazy faith journey. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, you want to go back and do that. But back in the beginning of 2023, God called my husband and I, my family, our daughter, to relocate again from LA to this unknown place, right? He didn't tell us where to go. And so I started documenting because I just felt like the journey was going to be different and I wanted to take you on this journey with me. So I started documenting, and this is part 3 of that documentation. So listen, let's get into it. Check it out. So this is the update. It is May the 11th. And so much has happened since I did the last update. Darnell had a conversation with the church in St. Petersburg. Not sure if I recorded that part. The conversation went good. He felt good about it, but as of today, we still haven't heard anything. That was about a week and a half, I think 2 weeks ago. Last week, in the midst of all of this, Darnell's cousin passed away, and so we've been now dealing with that. That just happened on Sunday, I think. So we're dealing with that. We're waiting on God. We're trying to figure out, what's going on. It's been hard. It's been stressful, and we literally have just been taking everything one day at a time. All I really know to do, I still don't even know where we're going. But all I know to do is what I'm going to do. And that is pray, seek the Lord, and pack. So that's what I'm working on. Just packing up, putting stuff to the side, decluttering, throwing stuff away as I wait, as I pray, as I seek God. So yeah, that is the update. Today is May 16th. It is a Tuesday. And the update is my husband told his boss, one of his bosses, a couple of different people in leadership, but he told him that he was leaving in a month. And that is a major faith step because we still have no clue where we're going. So I am just asking the Lord to honor our faith. I am doing my part and pack up a couple of things by faith. And I'll probably tell my job at closer. I normally only have to do 2 weeks. But we're doing things by faith, y'all. And I'm saying y'all, I'm really talking to myself, but I'm just recording this journey because this is a real faith move. This the faithiest faith move. I thought all the other moves were faith moves, but this is the faithiest faith move. Okay? Because we're literally 45 days out from when we said we're leaving, and God still has not said when we're going, where he wants us to be. Now, I have prayed, like I said the other day, I don't know if I recorded it, but I just got in my spirit to start asking for the area that I feel like God has placed on my heart to ask for. And that's what I did. And so I placed that in the feet of the Lord and asked him to open a door for us in that particular area because I love that area. It seems like something, from what we see, it seems like an area where we would want to be. So that is what I did. That's what I asked for. We will see what is in God's plan and in his will. But yeah, so that's where we are. That is the update. We are still moving in faith. Lord be with us. Oh, that's what I did today. Different. God, I was reading a book, and God has reminded me several times, when you're in a place, a hard season, one thing that will take your focus off the season that you're in is gratitude and thankfulness. And so I started thinking back to when I first got saved, when we first relocated to Phoenix from Atlanta. Like, I started thinking of all these things, and I still have a lot more to go, but I started making a list, right? And of the ways God had come through for us before. And today on my walk, where I usually pray on my lunch break, I literally didn't ask God for nothing. And I think I want to do that the rest of the week, but not ask God for nothing. Just thank God for everything that He's already done. And as I was going over that list and thanking God for what He done, I just started feeling encouraged and just in tears, because I just felt like God saying, like He said before, why don't you trust me? Trust me, daughter. Trust me. It made me think about when the disciples were on the boat and the storm was coming and the boat was rocking in the waves and the wind, and it was just crazy. And they were looking for Jesus. They're like, Jesus, where are you? We're about to die and you sleep. And Jesus got up and said, oh, ye of little faith, why do you have so little faith in me? Right? And that's what I felt about my situation. I'm like, Jesus, where you at? I got 45 days before I gotta leave. I got this amount of time before I gotta go. Why haven't you opened the door? Where are you at? Hurry up. I'm drowning. I don't know. I'm anxious and all these different things. And so I feel like I was on that boat, right? I was one of the disciples on that boat. And Jesus said, will you trust me? Will you trust me? Why do you have such little faith? And I just was like, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm going to trust you. I'm sorry. So that is where we are. Trusting the Lord again and again. So, update. So y'all, that was part 3. Like I said, this has been the faithiest. I just made these things up, right? This has been the faithiest faith move ever, which means, AKA, this has been the craziest thing that we've done. Maybe not, I don't know, but it's been crazy. But now that I look back months later, because I promise I didn't see it then, but months later, I look back and I realized the Lord was in it the whole time. And let me say this, I knew He was in it the whole time. I just didn't feel it, right? And so I can see now that He's been with us and been in it and been on the journey and literally orchestrated and guiding us the entire time, even when I didn't see what was happening. So I just want to encourage. I always got to encourage at the end. I want to encourage those that were in my situation. Maybe it looks different, but you feel like God has left you. You feel like He's quiet. You feel like He's sleeping, right? One thing that I'm learning is my emotions and my feelings aren't always facts. Yes, this may be how I feel, but does this mean this is the truth, right? I feel like God has left me, but the truth of what His word says is he will never leave nor forsake me, right? So even though my feelings and what I see is telling me one thing, it doesn't mean that it's true. And I just want to share that with you. If you're feeling like God isn't with you, right? The disciples felt like God is sleeping. He's going to let us die. This is how they were feeling, but it wasn't facts. God needed them to trust His word. And I believe the same for you and I. He needs you to trust His word despite what you see in front of you. I had to believe that for myself. And man, I pray you believe it, because it's true. Another thing that I practiced in that time was gratitude, because I kept focusing on what we didn't know, what we didn't have. And so one day, one week, a couple of days that week, I just decided to not even ask God, where are you sending me? What are we going to do? I just said, let me just be grateful. Let me just have gratitude in this moment. Let me just tell God how thankful I am for all the things that He has done and the things that He is doing. And I may not be able to see the full picture, but I can see some things. I can see Him moving. So let me focus more on that than what I don't have. And man, I promise you, I can't even explain the experience I had when my whole lunch break, whole hour, I'm just thanking God. I'm running down the list, right? It ain't even got stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm thanking him for things in my family. I'm thanking him for things in my job. I'm thanking him for all of these things. And I just felt the stress and the burdens of all that I had been carrying they lifted off of me, and I felt light and I felt encouraged. And so I just want to tell you, practice gratitude. Hey, some days you don't have to ask God for nothing. You can just thank him for what he's already given you, because sometimes I think we do need to step back and just look around and say, man, I've been focusing on this, but man, God has done all of this, and I don't want to forget that. I don't want to just be focused on what I want, because that becomes selfish. Man, God has done so many other things as well. So focus on the good. Take some time and just thank God before you begin asking him for anything. Take time to thank him for what he's already done. So anyway, I don't want to keep you too long, but that was part 3, y'all, of our crazy faith journey. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can get to part 4. I'm excited for you guys to see this thing roll out with us. So I love you. See you back next time.